Aim a Little Higher, Episode 3.
It's the Saturday Q&A!
You're locked into Aim a Little Higher podcast, where we interview inspirational individuals every Monday and Wednesday and answer your questions every Saturday to help turn your potential into results.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Yes, what's up guys? It's Kamal Hyman here, and we are here for the first ever Saturday Q&A, and I'm joined by the lovely
Eliza Doyle. Hi guys. So our first question is from tjams142 via Instagram. He says, steps in seeking out the right mentor. That uphill battle video was the greatest. I say give the tools on how to apply the things based on personal experience.
Okay, so he's had a look at the uphill battle video, which is awesome. We'll put that in the show notes in case you haven't seen it. It's just a spoken word piece. And yeah, okay, finding the right mentor. I think that's an awesome question because finding the right mentor has been a pivotal part of kind of my journey. I think without a mentor, I'd be quite a few steps behind of where I am right now. So to start with, figure out what it is you want to do and then find a mentor who's doing what you want to do. So
find a mentor in your field.
Yeah, definitely. And not just in your field, but actually at the stage that you want to get to. There's no point in having a mentor who's like a few steps ahead of you. You need to get a mentor who is doing exactly what you want to be doing and then go and message them. So for me, my first proper mentor, because I've had a few, some didn't work out, but the first mentor that's actually, really worked well for me was a guy called Jackson. And I wanted to be a speaker. I found him, saw what he was doing across the UK and that kind of thing. I thought, that's exactly what I want to do. So I got in contact with him. Initially, he didn't really... I don't know. I guess he didn't know if I was serious or not. So I messaged him, I want to be a speaker. He's like, oh, why? And I was like, I just want to help people. That kind of thing. And he was like, okay, cool.
Not the best reaction.
Not at all. I didn't hear from him for a year. So in that year, I thought, okay, cool, let me go and do it myself. I went and set my website. I started giving out free speeches. I started to get some feedback from people as I was going to improve.
So you didn't get put off by it?
Oh no, you can't. If you're telling me that's your passion, that's what you want to do, you're not going to get put off by it. Do you know what I mean? If you've got like a genuine talent there and people can see that.
I think it's important to know that your mentor might not take you straight away. I thought that mentors normally just take you. You ask them to be a mentor and that's it. But yours didn't take you straight away. You had to go and do some work before.
Yeah, this is it. Don't expect it. Like, they don't owe you anything. Do you know what I mean? So don't get this air of like, I'm owed it. Don't come across like that because they don't owe you anything, So for me, yeah, he didn't know if I was serious at first. I went away for a year. I worked on it, set up a YouTube channel, the website, started doing speeches, getting feedback, really went at it. And a year later, he messaged me through my own website saying, we're ready for you now. I went to London to meet up with him and he was like, yeah, just wanted to know if you were serious or not.
Wow, what a good day.
Yeah, literally. So he'd been watching me since, I first messaged him for that whole year, just following me from a distance, just seeing if I was serious or not, if I was still going to do it.
So is there a difference between a mentor and a coach?
Yes, so to me, a mentor is someone who, they kind of guide you with advice from their own experience. They don't say do this or do that. They just tell you, like, I tried that, this is what happened, but I tried this is what happened. Yeah. And it just makes sure you're moving forward. Like for me, I speak to my mentor pretty much every 3 days, and if I don't speak to him every 3 days, I get in trouble. It's like, what are you doing? Are you doing anything constructive? Why have I not heard from you? What's going on?
So it keeps you focused, keeps you on your goals.
Keeps you accountable because you're embarrassed to speak to him if you haven't done anything constructive. I hate talking to Jackson if I've not done anything since our last conversation. Do you know what I mean? And a coach is someone who you pay, and their advice is more, they're the ones that they kind of ask you questions to find out the own answer, or they have a strict program that they want you to follow. And
do you find a coach in your field as well, or do they have their own sort of business set up and you go and find them and they just sort of branch out into all different areas so they could deal with mechanics, beauticians?
Yeah, so I mean, a coach normally has like a specific craft and you normally have to pay for them. So a personal trainer is a coach. Right. And you pay them a sum of money and they have a program they'll take you down because they know their program always gets results when it's done like this, so you do exactly that. I guess you've got coaches in each industry. You can have a business coach who says, here's a formula, go and use that, go and get results with it. So a coach is one way to go. A coach is more instant. You call them, you say, I want to
Yeah.
be coached. You have a meeting, you got it, and you're paying for it. A mentor, because it's not paid, takes a little bit longer. They need to know you're serious. They need to know they're not wasting their time with you. And also, you're going to add value back to them. Don't just take. Like, my relationship with my mentor now is at a stage where I'm giving value back. Do you know what I mean? I'm able to...
Which is important.
Yeah, you don't want it to be a one-way street, because I think that would get frustrating. Like, if I was mentoring someone, it was always just, help me, and there was never anything back for me.
Yeah.
Other than the fulfillment of helping you. Like, still, like, try and grow, try and add value back to them. You're in the same field after all. So, yeah.
So I guess you've experienced both. So which one would you say is better, coach or mentor?
Oh, it's so tough because they're better for different reasons, for different areas. So for speaking, for me, mentor has been the best for me by far. I went down a bit of the coaching route, and for the speaking, didn't really work for me. You know, I went on a program where I went away for a day and, you know, did the speaker course and that kind of thing, and I didn't get anything out of it. Whereas with a mentor, he took me under his wing, took me on jobs with him. I watched him actually live. He put me in situations where one time he did a speech about push-ups, just talking about push-ups, and he's like, "Yeah, Kamal's gonna come up and do 50 push-ups."
Jeez.
I was like, what? And I did, and I couldn't do it. You know, I got to like 30 and I couldn't do it anymore. And then the next speech he did it again, and, you know, I was ready this time. I got to my 50, but just little things like that really keep you on your toes. The first time I ever met him, he was like, "Come and watch me speak." I sat in the audience watching. He was like, "Cool, Kamal's going to come and speak to you in a second. So yeah, round of applause for Kamal." I was like, what? Exactly. So yeah, I love the whole mentorship situation, but
it might be different for different fields.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't want a mentor in a gym. I want a coach.
Yeah.
I want someone who actually knows exactly, here's the program, here's what you're going to do, follow this step by step. When it comes to like general life, a life coach is great because they help with different kind of aspects. Yeah. So figure out what works for you. Go and speak to a coach, find out about the program, see if it's relevant to you, and also go and seek out a mentor and see if they've got the time and if they've got a program available for you.
So obviously you've named different aspects there. So you said about the gym and you said about a life coach. Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's a time where mentors or coach, do you have too many? Like, do you need to restrict what you have them for? Yeah,
I mean, focus is so key. I've learned recently that multitasking is a myth. We can't multitask. Our brain is focused on...
Well, men especially.
Our brain is focused on one thing and just get on with that. So for me, if you look at your life in like segments almost, so you've got your financial life, you've got your health, you've got your relationships, you've got your spiritual, I'd say no more than one for each.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And even with that, I'd still focus on maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, I had a stage where I had a mentor for my speaking and I had a personal trainer for the gym. Yeah. And that was it. Do you know what I mean? The 2 were fine. Yeah. So yeah, don't overdo it because otherwise, man, I think you'll tire yourself out. You're like, yeah, I've just had a meeting with my mentor about speaking. Now I'm going to go to the gym with my personal coach. And on the way back, I'm going to have my driving mentor who's going to drive me back home. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it'll just...
No time for actually your personal life to grow itself because you're spending all your time with coaches or mentors.
Yeah, exactly. There's a place for them. They're cool, but you still need some time to actually grow yourself and be able to see where you're at personally. And that reflection time is really important.
Well, T Jams has talked about seeking out the right mentor, so... Do you think that you need to make your own website before you seek them out? Do you think you need to get a foot on the line, get into some experience on what you want to do before you seek them out, or completely from scratch?
For me, I think it makes sense to be doing something already. You know, sometimes people reach out to me about speaking and about stuff, and I'm just like, I will go on your profile, I'll have a look, I'll search your name in Google, I'll search your name in YouTube to see what comes up, because if nothing comes up, I'm sort of like,
Where do we start?
Yeah, this is just the pipe dream. I have to go right back to basics with you.
And are you just another person that says you want to be a speaker, but in 2 months' time you might change your mind?
Right, exactly. Do you just want to be a speaker because you see me speak?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be a speaker because it's your passion? And for me, I see you're serious judging by what you've already done. Like they say, actions speak louder than words. So go, whatever your craft is, if you're an artist, go make an Instagram and just post pictures of your art. So at least when I type your name in, that comes up. If you're a musician, have a YouTube. I don't understand people who tell me, I want to sing, I want to rap. Great. I say, what's your YouTube? I don't have one. Then you don't want to sing or rap because you're doing it in your shower. I sing and rap in my shower. Like, we're at the same stage and it's your dream, not mine. Do you know what I mean? So go and physically do something. If it's your art, get it out there on Instagram, on what's it called? Like your Snapchat, your Pinterest, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
anything.
get something out there in the world so I can see, cool, they're not just talking about it, they've got an actual stake in the game, they've pushed something out there, now they just want to help us to move further. A mentor will be so much quicker to work with you than if you have nothing to show for it and you're like, help me start.
Yeah, I think he said the right mentor, which I found quite interesting. So, say if you were interested in music, for instance, and you wanted to go into opera, it's better to find someone, maybe a mentor that doesn't do rap, to find a mentor that does opera. Because some people may say, well, actually, they've got somewhere in the music world, so they know how to get there, so it doesn't matter who I go to. But does it?
I think to a degree it does. I mean, even, like you're saying, even within an industry, so music, you've got all these subcategories.
Yeah.
The more specific you can get that mentor, the better. Do you know what I mean? Like,
And I guess you need to get along with your mentor as well, have similar interests.
oh my gosh, yes. I had a mentor I didn't get along with particularly. You know, I was paying for the service, but it felt like every time we spoke, it was just about the money. And there
That's
weren't
not
really
fair.
many, just a lot of empty promises. And it was just like, don't promise me stuff, just deliver, just do it. So
Yeah, just help me.
yeah. So I came out of that relationship and I just seeked out someone who was in the industry doing exactly what I want to be doing. So yeah, make sure it's someone relevant. I mean, there could be slight differences so that later on there's no conflict of interest when your business does start. For example, with Jackson, I'm at a stage now where I'm focused mainly on sixth forms and colleges, you know?
Yeah.
While he does, you know, year 7s to 11. So there's...
So you just opened My Student Brand, haven't you?
Yeah, precisely.
And that's for sixth form colleges.
Yeah, so, you know, go to mystudentbrand.com to check that out. But it's a student brand program aimed for sixth form and college students that Jackson supported me with, that he's even putting out through his company because there's no conflict of interest. So I'm now adding value to his company and filling the gap that was
And you're
there.
both adding to each other's lives.
This is it. And it's a great relationship, so it will continue because of that. Whereas if I was just taking, there's got to be a point where it's like, all right, dude, like, you need to back off and go and do your own thing now. So yeah. So the right mentor, as close to what you're doing as possible, but there can be a slight difference so that you've got room to go and make a business and still keep that relationship.
So now go to the seeking out part of the question. Is it easier to reach someone through their website, through Twitter, through Facebook, through Instagram if they have it, if they're an artist?
Oh, that's tough because we live in a day and age now where everyone's on social media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd start with social media just because it's there.
Yeah.
But don't literally, if the first time I've ever heard your name is you saying, hi, I want you to mentor me, not great. Go in and like some of their pictures, go and comment on some of their videos. Get your name popping up a few times so they see, oh, okay, cool. Eliza's liked my Instagram video about the speaking. She's shared my YouTube video and she's retweeted me. Now she's messaging me. I've got time because she's actually been a fan of my work, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas if you just pop up, I'm like, okay, have you even seen what I do? Do you even know what I actually do? So for example, T-Jams in there has said, I saw the uphill battle video. So instantly when I saw that, I was like, oh.
He knows what you do.
Right, he's taken time. He's got a stake in the game. He's seen it. He follows me on Instagram. Cool. Let me see what this guy has to say. So yeah, to answer your question, create some sort of relationship where your name's popping up, you know, so you seek them out. Then just see what they're like. If you know they're always on Twitter posting, hit them up on Twitter. If you see that on Instagram, they ask for people to write back for them, write back through Instagram. If they seem like someone else writes their tweets, because I know a lot of people, you know, sometimes hire out people, get into their email inbox through their website because their PA will see that and forward it on.
Is there a time where, I think we always get to that awkward position where maybe you've messaged them on Facebook, you messaged them on Twitter, and then now to send them an email, it might seem like you're pushing it a bit too far. So is there that line, or is it just genuinely, sometimes you might not check your Twitter, or sometimes you might not check your Facebook, so therefore email is the best way to get hold of me? I mean, for you, if someone asked you to be a mentor, if someone messaged you 3 times on 3 different social medias, does that get too much for you?
Oh, it's tough because it depends on how they're coming across. Like, don't do it all in the same week. Yeah. So what I'd probably do is message me on Twitter. Okay, I didn't get a response. Maybe 2 weeks later, drop something on Instagram. Okay. And this time say, hey, I messaged you a few weeks ago on Twitter. I didn't get a response. But since then, I set up this. I just wondered if I could get a bit of your time to look at it. Do you know what I mean? Then I'd be like, okay, they've done something since the last time they messaged me, and now they're reaching out again. And then again, 2 weeks later, maybe the email. Hi, I dropped you this message on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know if it got to you, but since then I've done this, and I would just love it if I could have 10 minutes with you to talk about.
And also, I guess you guys are quite busy, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, also sometimes we don't have a structure in place. If you're the first person to ask us, sometimes we've got to step back and create a structure. Like, I know for a fact, in my inbox, I have an email from a mother who wants me to do some mentorship with her child.
Yeah.
Now, I've spent the last few weeks to a month to just planning out what my mentorship program is going to look like.
Yeah.
So I've not emailed her because I've got nothing to say.
Yeah.
So now that that's set up, you know, ready for 2016, I will now message her, say, yeah, sorry if I haven't got back to you. I've got your message. I just wanted to make sure this was in place.
And not mess you about.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's the Aim a Little Higher Academy. Here's the first stage, the first 6 months, I'll only take on 10 people. If you'd like your son to be one of them, drop me a message. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it will go.
Yeah.
Rather than saying, oh, yeah, I'd love to. Let me get back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't always take it personally.
Okay, so I think that's sort of answered your question, T-Jams. Basically, you should sort of get your step on the ladder already, whether that's creating a YouTube video, getting a business Instagram.
For real, get a stake in the game. Get a stake in the game. Show what you do.
And then to try and find the right mentor, do some research on them. That might be a coach or a mentor, as we discussed. I mean, a coach is someone that you pay for, so if you didn't want to pay, then it would be a mentor. But find someone in your field, find someone down to the nitty-gritty of it. So, again, as I said, if you are interested in opera, probably go for someone in that field, not just music in general. And then, yeah, probably best to get hold of them on social media, according to Kamal. But if they don't answer your reply, then you can email them and go to their website.
That's it. So yeah, please, for everyone, kind of, if it's like, okay, cool, I've heard that, what's my next step, figure out what it is you want to do, create some kind of clear vision. So for me it was, I want to speak in schools across the UK, then international later, but right now the UK. Then I went and found someone who is speaking in schools like constantly, consistently in the UK. And then reached out to them. So figure out what you want first, create that vision for yourself, and then go and look for someone who matches that future vision and reach out to them.
And you may not find them straight away. As Kamal said, it might take you a while, but once you found that one, then you're set. Really.
This is it. Once you find the one that sticks, it takes your journey forward so much quicker than if you were doing it on your own. I promise you from experience. So yeah, seek them out, get a stake in the game, drop them a message, and hope for the best. Well,
thank you very much, T-Jams, for your very first question of the series. It's been very good. I've learnt a lot about mentors and coaches and how different they are. And thank you, Kamal, for answering the question.
Hey, no problem. And I learn every time I answer a question, so no, I really appreciate that. And yeah, if you want to appear on this show, drop us a message through the website, aimalittlehigher.com. Click on the submit a question button. Or like T-Jams142 has done, go through the Instagram. My Instagram's Kamal Hyman. Eliza's Instagram's Eliza.Doyle. Like, just drop us a question on there. Twitter @Kamal Hyman. Like, literally just, get in contact however you like. It's absolutely fine. Get the question in. If your question gets answered, we will send you an Aim a Little Higher shirt as well. So, T-Jams142, you now need to just drop us a message. Let us know what address to send that and what size you'd like your shirt in. Thanks for listening, guys. It's been awesome. And Eliza, thanks for hosting and making sure the question gets answered, because I know I can babble sometimes.
You're a speaker, that's what you do. So thank you very much. And we will see you guys next week for the next question of the series.
Peace.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. The inspiration doesn't stop here. Visit www.aimatlittlehigher.com.